And this is another one that I am really interested in because I think this game looks like a lot of fun, and it also has a few unique ideas with the way that the worker placement works, and it also has a really fun theme, especially for me because I do a lot of development work, and this one is all about developing video games. Each player is going to be developing their own game, creating and patching bugs, maybe releasing the game a little bit earlier than they probably should have, live updating and live patching it, and then charging extra for all those lovely things that probably should have been in the game to begin with. And all of this is going to be guided by whatever is currently hot in the market, because at the start of each game, you're going to be randomly drawing various tokens that are going to determine which genres, styles, and features that people want to see. A really cool feature in this game is that you do have your main board that you're going to be using for those primary actions to develop your game, but there's also going to be these additional action location boards that not only introduce new action locations that you can use, but they also introduce new objectives that you can try to achieve in order to gain additional victory points. What's cool about the way that the worker placement works in this game is that anytime that you perform a develop action, that will allow you to either place a worker out on the leftmost side of any of these boards, or instead to move a worker to the right along those boards, choosing one of the adjacent spaces in order to take that associated action. The rightmost actions offer the most powerful actions, and if you're the first player to get there, you're also going to get an additional bonus. Players are going to be drawing some game cards at the beginning of the game and then choosing which one that they want to develop. And then on a turn, there's a few different actions that you can choose to take. There's that develop action that allows you to either place a worker out on one of these action boards or move a worker that's already there one space to the right. Or there's also the expedited development action that allows you to take this action twice, but it does also come at the cost of gaining a penalty die. There are both good and bad dice that you can gain in a variety of ways in this game, but anytime that you gain one of these dice, you're going to be either getting the bonus or the penalty of that die. And then you're also going to have to add that die to the bottom of your board. Once you've filled up all the spaces, depending on player count, that's going to be triggering a press release for your company. And if you are in a good state, this could grant you with some bonuses, but if you're not quite ready for that press release, then that could end up causing you all sorts of negative consequences, losing your fans and hype, and potentially costing you money. But the different actions can allow you to do all sorts of different things, like gain cards of different types, but then there's other actions that allow you to play those ability cards to your player boards for ongoing special effects, or add those feature cards into your game, which will grant or cost you different resources, grant or cost you different fans in the gaming community, or dictate the type of game that you're creating, of course trying to meet the requirements of those different things that the market is looking for. Some of the different actions can also add bugs into your game, but then there's also other actions that allow you to polish your game in order to eliminate those bugs, and there are actions that you can use to gain additional investment or gain those green dice that will grant you with the different bonuses. There are also these two tracks at the top of the board that players can move up in various ways, and there's different icons on them that can grant you bonuses when you reach that location, but these tracks are essentially tracking the upgrades to your team or the upgrades to your processes. Moving up each of these will either upgrade how powerful your actions are or how powerful your cards are. The last option that you have for your actions is to perform a research action, which I believe allows you to draw additional cards or allows you to make changes to the different aspects of your game. The main board also has a loading bar, which is going to be periodically increasing throughout the game, and once that reaches the end, that's going to be triggering the end of the game, and then it's the player with the most money who wins. And if you do want to learn more about this one and understand even more about how it plays, definitely go ahead and check out the campaign page, and I will have that linked in the description down below.